Hello, everyone. Welcome to the More is Less podcast show, where you get more news in less time. I'm your host, Todd Moore, and with me is co-host
Tyler Moore.
And we're here to give you global news. We're here to give you tech news, science news, sports, gaming news. All the good news that's important to us. We provide you with our news every once a week, the weekly news that we have and we enjoy, and we discuss what we like and what we don't like. And it's always a good time. We appreciate y'all coming to the podcast. If you're listening, thank you for listening. If you're watching it on YouTube, appreciate that. Thanks for watching. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'll start with the global news. I'll do global and tech news. Sometimes I'll do entertainment. Sometimes I don't. Tonight's just going to be global and tech. And then Tyler's going to come in with gaming and sports. Finish it off with that. And it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good podcast. So, what you got to say?
Nothing.
So, thank you all for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let's go ahead and get it started. This is episode number 37. And it is actually July 20th, Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. Welcome to the More is Less podcast show. Let's start with global news. Wildfire, smoke from the West Coast, massive blazes stretches all the way to the East Coast.
Is that really true?
It's really true. If you look at the map, you can see that the cloud base. Now, Canada's getting it worse than we are. We're kind of on the edge of it here in central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana area. We do. If you go out and look, you will though see that it's kind of a foggy-looking mist, and it's not humidity that's in the air this time. I mean, there is humidity in the air, but there is actually smoke from one of the big fires, the Bootleg Fire in Oregon. It's scorched an area larger than Los Angeles right now, and it's only 30% contained. It's so large and burning so hot that it's creating its own weather, lightning and storms and everything. And if you look at the maps, the Rocky Mountains has done a lot to help. But what happens is the Rocky Mountains blocks the smoke, and the smoke has to go up north, up into Canada, and come back around.
So we're saying fuck Canada.
So it's crazy. So hopefully, they can continue to get it taken care of, because there is a lot of smoke, and you can see it for sure in the skies. Even right here, you can see it, and we're not even we're on the edge of it. So that's something to be concerned about. Hopefully they can take care of it. God bless the firefighters that are taking care of it and doing it, because that's a lot of hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Next in global news, let's talk a little Russian news.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. Russia has come out with a new prototype of their new Sukhoi Checkmate fighter. They just displayed it at the MAX 2021 International Aviation and Space Salon in Zhukovsky outside Moscow, July 20th of this year. It is their latest and greatest. It's their 5th generation lightweight single-engine fighter jet.
Single engine?
Single engine. Yep. It's owned by, of course, Rostec, which is a state-owned military giant, and they build military aircraft not only for the Russians, but also they're a big exporter. So they sell to other countries. They'll make shit and sell it to other countries. And countries you'd be surprised. You wouldn't think some wouldn't, what countries would or not, but they're,
They're all doing it for a profit.
UAE will possibly look at them. You can see Argentina may be looking, Vietnam will be possibly, India may be looking to purchase them. It's pretty impressive. Of course, we don't know what's real true, what's not true, but it does have some pretty it's pretty hefty for what it can do for a single engine. They claim it holds the most weight that they've ever had in a plane. It can hold, and it's pretty wicked, I guess. So we better check it out, keep our eye on it, and I'm sure we've been checking that for a while.
Maybe interceptor.
One thing it does, it has a combat radius of 1,500 kilometers, and the largest thrust-to-weight ratio, shortened takeoff and landing, and more than 7 tons of combat load, which is an absolute record aircraft in its class. So it has something, but
It's too heavy. It may
it's
not get
gonna
you off the
compete
ground.
against our shit. You know what I'm saying? Never going to compete against our shit. Also, since we're talking Russian news, Monday, which today is Tuesday, so yesterday, Russia's defense ministry announced that it had tested its Tsirkon hypersonic missile from the frigate Admiral Grigorovich in the White Sea, hitting a land target on the Barents Sea more than 200 miles away. And what's hypersonic mean? You know, why is that important? We have nothing that can catch up to it. Anti-missile defenses can't keep up with that fast of a projectile. Yet. At least not publicly. We may have something.
Was Donald Trump trying to do something similar like that? Have like missiles that can go in hypersonic speed?
We're working on them, but Russia's the first to do it.
Oh.
Yep, they were the first to do it. And we're playing catch up a little bit, unfortunately, for that.
Just like the space race.
Yep. And unfortunately, I have to talk about this. If I don't talk about this week, then people are going to be upset with me. But Blue Origin crew, Jeff and the Jeff Bezos, I can hear that.
I know. Sorry.
That's okay. They land safely after their first space flight into space. So New Shepard is the name of the craft.
Jeff Bezos, seriously?
The passengers, Jeff and Mark Bezos, Oliver Damon, and Wally Funk, went up there. The three of them. They did it really quick, man. So, I don't know how excited I am about it, to be honest.
Shouldn't be.
This is the kind of shit we did back in the Apollo mission. It strapped a fucking rocket to a plane and shot it out. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I didn't actually watch the video. I don't know how they took off or whatever.
Must have took something from Elon Musk.
Yeah, you never know. They could have. Well, it's the billionaires racing to space is what it is now. That's basically what we got going on. And so, good luck. Whatever. I know Jeff was talking about now that we should be taking all of our environmentally unfriendly companies and shit, whatever, and put them in space. I don't know what the fuck he means, but it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's slowly becoming crazy. But he is from Amazon, so I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. All right, that's it for me for global news. You got any global news?
The new Jackass movie is coming out.
Here we go.
Jackass Forever.
This is Entertainment Global. Yes. And have y'all seen the trailer yet? If you have not seen that trailer, go see the trailer.
There's a bear.
You're either going to like it or hate it. If you're either going to look at it and go, that's the most stupidest shit I've ever seen. What a bunch of jackasses. Yeah. Or you're
Have
going to
you
go,
not seen the other
that's the best
movies?
shit I've ever seen. What a bunch of jackasses. So either way, yeah, it fits. It does fit. And there has been some controversy with Bam Margera. I don't know his last name, so don't give me shit. Don't post comments, whatever. But Margera, Bam, having problems with the crew and shit. And they had to get a restraining order against him and shit. And he was right mean shit online about him. And so, I don't know, but it's going to be a good show to watch. Especially if you're into that slapstick comedy type shit.
And it's only going to be in theaters. It's not going to be on any stream services.
Right. Here comes the theaters. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yep. So, speaking of, let's go right into tech news. It's a good segue. Speaking of movies, since theaters are movies, well, let's go into tech news. Today, Netflix. Boy, they've been running into a little bit of trouble of lately.
Really?
Their earnings have been down.
Obviously. Because all the other...
growth has slowed.
Because all the other...
right.
streaming services.
Disney Plus is a fucking boom. But you have to understand, a lot of people need to understand, and I'll get to the actual real story here in just a second, but people need to understand Netflix is a mature company. So when you have Disney come out with Disney Plus, everything that comes out at first is always excited, and everyone's always woo-woo.
Yeah.
Well, you need to see where they're at in 5 years, right?
Yes.
So Netflix has weathered these storms before. We've had
Obviously,
other services.
because they were the first ones and shut down and destroyed Blockbuster. They
Yeah.
really did.
They helped in that, but I don't blame it so much on Netflix as I blame it on the consumer getting tired of having to go get DVDs when they can just look and pick right there.
Well, there is a thing called pirating where you can literally just watch it on any free website. You just got to be aware of viruses.
Right, but we don't condone that here on the Moore's Less podcast show, and we don't want to be banned by YouTube for anything copyright-wise. But yes, there is pirating. It's true, and it can happen. What was you talking about? Pirating what?
Just pirating things on the
Oh,
internet.
the movies and shit?
Yes.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing, okay, guys? Pirating is... It's
not okay, but it's okay.
You're not going to get the same quality. If you go to the theater and watch it, it's not going to be the same as if you're watching it on a computer that's been pirated. If you're lucky, they ripped it properly, which is very difficult to do, and it's a good quality resolution. If you're unlucky, they dragged a fucking camcorder to the theater while it was recording, and they recorded it that way. And so you're not going to get the same experience. But people do it. I don't condone it. But you do what you guys do, and that's all I know. I mean, there are pirating places you can go to, for sure. But let's talk about Netflix. I started talking about them. I got sidetracked. Their revenue's been down, so they're looking at adding some different services to Netflix.
What are these different services
And
they're trying to figure out?
It's quite interesting because they're kind of coming full circle in some respects. Because when Netflix first started out, what made them popular was not online streaming.
What?
What it was DVDs in the mail. Seriously. That's how they started. It was DVDs in the mail. And what made them super popular for people like me that I'm one of them that was an earlier adopter.
We could have kept them.
Was you could rent not only DVD movies, but you could rent DVD games. So I could rent a Xbox game, play it for as long as I want, send it back.
I thought
Not have
no,
to pay
that
for
can't
it.
be true. Netflix is a like movie stuff. And
I'm
TV
telling you,
series.
they did when they first came out. I had the service. There was no streaming. You got on their website and you selected what games, and they mailed them to you in a package. When you got done, you sent it back in the same package, a different package, but it was you used the packages anyway. So now, coming full fucking circle, they're going to be offering online games. I guess online through their Netflix service, and they're going to start off with games that are central to some of the movies and shows that they watch, that they have. And these are going to be more like mobile games. They're not going to be like the games that you'd rent back in the day. And if you don't believe me, go Google that shit. I'm telling you, that was what made them popular with a lot of people. But they know that they're saying, people want to see additional services, and they've done a few video games before. They dabbed in them with Stranger Things, The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, and a couple of others. So, but the problem with Netflix is their share of U.S. revenue from subscription streaming video will shrink to 30% by the end of 2021, from nearly 50% in 2018.
Yeah, because all these other sponsors like
Disney
Paramount.
Plus, Paramount Plus, Discovery Plus, Apple TV.
Yep.
There's a man. So, but they're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting pickup for them. And what was the rumor about them picking up PlayStation games?
I'll be talking about it in the gaming news.
Oh, hey, don't go anywhere, because in gaming news we're actually gonna talk a little bit more about this, and that's gonna be pretty good for sure. Definitely really good for sure. Okay, what else you got?
I don't have anything. We're still continuing on the tech news.
Yeah, but you got to give me time to take a drink. That was the point. That's how you do it. You got to seriously.
Okay, then
you talk.
I don't. You know I don't talk a lot.
Okay, well, let's go to the next last. I think it's the last one in tech.
Second
to last. Boy, you got a lot here, don't you? Actually, this is all my shit. This is the shit that I picked. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.
The shit that I have is written on paper.
Yeah. Think about that, guys. Check this out, right? This kid grew up with the internet. I grew up with fucking no phones or nothing, right? I get all my shit off the internet and do a fucking paper and all kinds of shit. He old school writes his shit like he's fucking my grandpa. I love it. But he does get it from the internet, though.
Yes, I do.
But you just write it. It's quick and sloppy. It works.
Yeah, because I don't have to reprint more paper, and we gotta buy more paper.
And that's good. Good for the environment. It's all good. Everyone. See, and the point of this conversation about this is we all have different ways of getting the job done. As long as the job gets done, it does not matter. Right?
Continue on the next.
Right. Okay, Peloton. Last one. No, second to last.
Second to last.
Now, first of all, I don't really exercise that much. Obviously, you can fucking tell about that, right? I mean,
COVID.
I walk from my work office to McDonald's to get something to eat and walk back. So, hey, I've exercised.
Not
For
really.
Sure. I know,
Because you
it's a
ate
joke.
McDonald's.
I fucking hate McDonald's, but I eat it sometimes because it's cheap.
And the fries are good.
Fries are good.
They're the only place you should get fries.
They're
Anywhere
good.
else is ass.
Yeah. Okay. But when I saw this off Engadget, I had to fucking talk about it. Peloton is launching its first exercise game for the connected bike owners, for people that are the bike owners that are connected. It's called Lane Break, and basically you're on an obstacle course. You're on a bicycle, stationary bike. And you control a rolling tire on a track by pedaling and switching lanes with resistance knob, moving around in the face of different obstacles, basically. So, but it's Peloton, so the entire game's synchronized with music, soundtrack, and it's very familiar to anyone who's played the procedurally generated music racer AudioSurf. So, they've been trying it out after a few months, and they think that they're ready to start rolling it out and see how it works out with people. The challenge, though, is that there are actually other games out there from fitness games that do this.
Yeah, like Xbox does with all their shit.
Oh, don't forget Wii back in the day was one of the first.
Oh, yeah, and Wii.
But Zwift is one of them. They offer an app with multiplayer cycling and running in a virtual world that users can interact with using their personal treadmill or bike trainer. VR workout with Supernatural. So there's others out there. But Peloton is a big name, and a lot of people have that. So, especially with the suburban white women. So that might be a winner for them.
Yeah, white women.
Suburban white women. Yeah.
The crazy ones.
Oh, that Karen. Did we talk about that? Did we talk about that last week?
About the one
Karen
at the store?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Holy moly. You know what she's... I'm sorry. I got to talk about it, how it's in the news. I didn't put it in my list of shit, but we just popped it in my head. She said the reason why she acted a fool like that because she thought she was going to be fired.
Oh, bullshit.
I'm like, bitch, I'd fire act for acting like a fool like that. What the fuck are you doing?
She's stupid.
She didn't even. I don't know. So we'll do the last tech news, and then we'll have Tyler go into all his good stuff, which he wrote down on a piece of paper.
Yep.
Thanks for covering it. Okay, Verizon. Y'all got Verizon? We got Verizon.
We have Verizon. I know some people won't.
You got AT&T? Some people got AT&T, right?
Apple.
Some got T-Mobile. No, Apple's the phone. We're talking about mobile carriers. You've got
Oh.
T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. Well, guess what? Speaking of Apple, I'm glad you said Apple because that actually makes sense because Apple's going to be in trouble probably. Beginning next year, Verizon is going to join AT&T and T-Mobile in preloading Android messages as the default texting app on all Android phones it sells. It's going to be the final step for making the RCS chat, which is the next generation standard designed to replace the SMS chat, which is what's being used now in the U.S.
What does
anyway.
RCS stand for?
Don't have a fucking clue.
Do you know what SMS stands for? Standard Messaging System.
There you go. He remembers from his class.
Wait, that's
good.
actually what that means?
Yeah, I think it is. Sounds about right.
Oh. Let's put words together.
Well, why don't you Google that while I talk and find out what it is.
Stand up.
So, here's the thing, though. That means it's only going to leave only one cohort left that will not be using the RCS protocol as the default SMS replacement, and that would be Tyler. Who would that be?
Huh?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
I said we have all the Verizon phones have come out or coming out with this Android as default. That leaves only one type of phone left that will not accept
Apple.
RCS. The iPhone, yes.
Because they have their own shit.
Yep. Verizon says also will fully support interoperability between carriers. So in theory, the improved images, video, read receipts, and group chats should just work. Of course, that means everyone has to be using Android messaging.
So SMS stands for Short Messaging System Service.
We were close. What's RCS stand for?
That's what I'm about to figure out.
So Verizon was the last of the big three carriers to get on board with Google's latest strategy to push RCS as the new default for texting. They've been really working on it, and they're going to include. Here's what's going to fuck Apple and iPhones. They're going to be putting an encryption into RCS with peer chats available. Peer chatting is basically one-on-one chatting. Group chat's not up front at first, but they're going to add group chatting a little bit later. So they'll get to the group chat, but that Indian encryption is big because Apple will not have that with SMS. SMS doesn't have that. That's one of the reasons why they're moving to it.
So, RCS stands for Rich Communication Services.
Yeah, there you go. So Apple Messaging app does offer an encryption, but it's only on their iMessaging system, and they haven't had no appetite or really or no thinking about adopting the RCS or any of the Android to their iPhone. So, Google's been really giving them shit about it and locking them in. They're like Lockheimer, who works there for Google, said the fallback messaging experience on the other platform will not have encryption. It's still SMS. I think that's pretty interesting and dynamic. I would hope that everyone focuses on security and privacy as it becomes important in the discussion. In other words, he's giving him shit for not having it. So, and currently there are already 473 million monthly active RCS users around the globe. So it's being used a lot. But, and it's associated with Google, but it's actually meant to be a standard shared by the entire mobile industry and managed by the GSMA, which is not Google. That's the phone carrier shit, you know. So, and they can use, and phone carriers can use their own RCS infrastructure instead of Google's, but everyone, when you hear RCS, you think Google because they're the ones that kind of brought it out. So yeah, man, it's pretty interesting that they're going to have that done, and that's going to hopefully. I really do like the Indian encryption part. I like that, and maybe it'll be a better experience overall.
We'll see in the future. I gotta adjust this a bit because I moved spots.
He's all right. It's the way life is.
Yeah. Okay. On to gaming news.
Oh wait.
No.
Before we get to gaming news, I just want to let y'all know.
No. Of course.
This episode is sponsored by Frankfurters. If your name is Frank, come get a Furter at Frankfurters. Now, time for Tyler Moore with gaming news. Go, Tyler.
So to start off with the gaming news, when I woke up today, well, a couple of days before I knew this was gonna happen, there was an ad about another GTA Online stuff, and I thought, okay, it may be a new podium thing because that's all I see about GTA ads. No, this is a new update, and it is it's not like Fast and Furious. I'm not saying
it's one of the biggest updates they've had in a while, though.
No, it's not.
That is.
No, it ain't. The casino was the most biggest one.
New missions, races, and more music for your radio.
No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. Well, people care about the races. I don't think people care about they care about the cars, but don't care about anything else. This ain't big.
It's one of the biggest free updates in GTA Online history.
No, it ain't. That is the casino one. That one was overhyped.
Car meet is going to be badass for people.
People have done car meets in GTA Online servers before, and it's not new.
Not this one.
Well, yeah, because they're not disturbed this time around. So, anyways, this update brings in 10 new cars into the spotlight of GTA World. I don't know what they're modeled after, but it will be will be very interesting to see how we can customize our own cars. I haven't got into it much, but I know that you can become a repair mechanic. You can become your own mechanic and earn money, but it's not a lot. It's like 35,000. That's what my friends said.
You know one of the big differences with the car meets, though?
What?
You are correct that it's been done for a lot of years, but those were always done by trusting other players to play peacefully.
That's what people do in solo sessions.
Which you could get your shit blowed up by a laser if someone was being an asshole.
You mean oppressor?
They can't do that. They can't do that in the car meet.
I mean oppressor. There's no such thing as lasers unless you have a
super laser. It's called. That's what it says right there. Blow you up with a super laser.
There's no such thing as a super laser.
Mm-hmm.
The person who did this obviously did not know what it's in GTA. So, anyways, this is like I said, there's 10 new cars. You can your own mechanic. There are missions.
It's the cannon, they call it.
I said mechanic.
The cannon. You know about the cannon? Do you know about the cannon?
This is my segment.
Okay, go ahead.
So, anyways, there's 10 new cars. There's missions you can do. I think there's like a heist. I don't know. I haven't gotten too deep into the GTA Online, but I will be doing it for tonight and tomorrow and after. Yeah. So next on gaming news, DICE has revealed new Battlefield 2042 info. There will be cross-platforming. Yeah, cross-platforming and a progression system. That's been confirmed right now.
Cross-platform play means playing from Xbox to
Yes,
Steam.
I know that.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said cross-platforming.
What was the other one you said?
And progression system. There's a progression system in the game. I don't know if it's a big win for Battlefield fans, but I know console players do not want to play with PC players because PC players have the biggest advantage.
Damn straight.
But there's a problem with it. If you like have, I think consoles are slowly dying because of PC players.
I think you're right. Consoles are going to end up becoming handheld portable games.
Or just single player only.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, next on gaming news, Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six, I don't think Siege, Rainbow Six Extraction has been delayed again. I don't know anything about that. I haven't gotten into it a lot, but I saw some gameplay of it, and I think it was like Alien. It was like Outbreak a bit, in one of the Rainbow Six Siege's things. Next, let's talk about Netflix because this is the time to talk about Netflix. Apparently, there's rumors about Netflix games because there's a data miner looking through everything, and there may be a Netflix and Sony deal going around. But these are just rumors, and not all rumors are true. So I have no clue. We'll just have to see in the future.
What's the deal cover?
Huh?
What's the deal cover? What are they going to do with it?
They can add PlayStation games to their systems, to Netflix's
So
gaming thing.
To put a cap on what I was talking about before with them adding mobile games, not only will they be adding mobile games, but they might potentially be adding PlayStation
It's
games.
rumored. I don't know if it's true.
They could play PlayStation 1 games, probably. I mean, Steam can play them, right? That level of graphics. I think it could happen. So Netflix should be able to do it through their app.
They could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a streaming app.
It's a stream app, which is supposed to be only for streaming.
But how the fuck are you going to do that when you don't have a controller? They're going to send you a Netflix controller?
No.
I mean, I got a Shield, which I could use my Shield for sure to do that. But you would need to run Netflix on a PC.
Netflix is trying
Or-
to go after gamers, and you know that gamers
Well,
have
I
like
guess if you
any
run it
control.
on-
You can use it on any controller.
No, I guess if you went on PlayStation 5 and installed it that way, yeah. I guess
Or
so.
4,
Or 4, yeah.
or a 3 controller. So yeah. Next on
Next on games.
you probably have interest in this. AMD adds FSR to Unity and Unreal Engine.
What's FSR?
I think it is a like a performance thing. I don't know what it is, to be honest. I don't even know what AMD is. AMD
Advanced Micro Devices is what AMD is. They make the processors and graphics cards. They make graphics processors, Ryzen chips. It's called Fidelity FX, huh? Fidelity FX Super Resolution is what that is. What FSR is.
Fidelity Super Revolution.
Resolution.
So basically, it makes any game that's on a Unity or a Unreal Engine graphics better. Basically.
So, let's say that the game, for those that aren't computer savvy, mom, grandma, like that. I mean, you're computer savvy, I know you are, but I mean like detailed shit. And others that might be listening, because we only have like 5 people right now. But for those that listen, it will upscale automatically. So let's say the game came out in like a long time ago when they only had 720p scaling, and now it's 14K, it's 1440 or whatever, 4K, 2880, whatever. It will bring that resolution from that lower level all the way up with actually, and that's difficult. That is super difficult to do because you got to triple and quadruple and the information without having information. You have to make it up, They're able to do it, make it look better, and increase the frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
So if they claim their claims come true, That's going to be a big boost for PC. Another big boost for PC gaming. You're not going to get that on a console, right? You're going to get that on fucking a PC.
Well, it will depend if the game. You can do it on like PC or console. It depends on what engine it runs.
Well, that's true. I guess if it's running, we'll have to blur that out. Damn it. My bad.
You know.
We are not sponsored by that at all. It was just something I drank.
Anyways, you can just look to see if it's actually did show up. But I don't think.
I'll look. If not, I'll blur it.
Anyways, on to the next
And
game.
if you're listening to it, it was a beer can.
Anyways, on
This thing here.
next, this is a big gaming
this
news.
thing here is so big right now. The hype around this motherfucker is so big. I worry.
You done?
Yep.
So, anyways, Nintendo is in trouble. They should be scared right now, because right now, Valve, the company that controls Steam, is making a Nintendo knockoff called the Steam Deck. And I think Nintendo should be scared right now because you can play any. This is basically like a mobile PC. You can play any PC game on there or any game whatsoever on the go. This same concept happened with PlayStation when they wanted to do with their PlayStation games. What was it called? Oh, was it PSP? PlayStation Portable? That's what it was called?
Yeah, but it was proprietary and it couldn't run Windows.
Yeah, but
Could only play PlayStation games that were
that's
made
what I
for
mean.
the
It was
PSP.
a concept.
It was cool though.
It was cool, but it didn't sell like they wanted it to.
It did not.
So basically, Valve is trying to take a threat to Nintendo, telling them to step up their game, because the Steam Deck is probably. I may have to get this to check it out, but this looks like something that everyone should get if they want to be on a mobile PC. But the problem with this is I don't think you can connect with a mouse and keyboard to this. I don't think you can. If you can, then it's a real threat. If you can't, then this is basically another Nintendo Switch.
Well, let's see. It has Bluetooth, so yes, you should be able to. And
I mean, the ones that don't have Bluetooth.
no, they all do. And because I'm looking at their specs, so basically, what this is for those of you spec nerds out there that are listening, this uses a Zen 2 architecture from AMD, and it uses the RDNA GPU, RDNA 2 to be specific. So it uses Zen 2 and RDNA 2. What's that mean? This is basically an AMD Ryzen 3000 PC handheld, is what this means. It has it's not as powerful as the Xbox S, okay? So that tells you about where it's going to be in terms of its performance. But it's in your hand and you can carry it around wherever the fuck you want. And it'll run basically most games you want in 720p with no hassle. It's capable of going up a little bit higher, but with that small screen, 720p is still going to look pretty badass. It's pricey though, is the problem, ain't it?
$400. Is that right?
It's $400 for the 64 gigabyte internal memory, $529 for the 256 internal memory, $649 for the 512 gigabyte memory. That's more than a fucking PlayStation 5.
Obviously, because it's PC and you probably have a shit ton of games.
if you compare the performance of this to the PlayStation 5, this is shit. So that price is for being able to take it on the go and to be able to play whatever the fuck game you want.
It's a PC. You can take it anywhere.
Yeah.
$700 ain't shit.
Yeah.
You can have a PC and move everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
This is way cheaper than getting a personal PC for yourself. which is $1,000.
You could play ROM games. You could play Steam games on this, no problem. Obviously, because it's made
You
for
can
Steam.
play any game on here. Anything that Steam has
You
in
may
the
have
Steam
to just
store.
bump down the resolution, install Windows 10. You could load Windows 10, take off the Steam OS, load Windows 10 on it, bump the resolution down on your game to 720p, and you can play probably every game you want.
Yeah,
You don't have much memory, so you can only solve
this is way better than a PC. But the problem with this and the PC, they say it's Bluetooth. What keyboard is Bluetooth? I have never seen a keyboard Bluetooth. All I saw are the ones
Oh,
that
they
you
have
have
them.
to plug in.
They have Bluetooth.
That's a thing that I may have to get one.
They have one. You have to have Bluetooth capability. You have to have a Bluetooth dongle or something. There is a dock also, like the Nintendo Switch has. So allow to connect to your TV or monitor. The USB-C dock will provide DisplayPort and HDMI output, an Ethernet adapter, and 3 USB inputs.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
What else you got going?
That was the biggest news for.
That's pretty big
gaming
news.
So next is on to sports.
Sporting news with Tyler Moore.
So I've been waiting patiently for the NBA draft that's supposed to happen next week, next Thursday, and can you stop?
Yep.
So I'm just been waiting on the NBA draft that's supposed to happen next Thursday, which is supposed to be pretty big. And I want to see where my one of my Illini players go to.
Which one? Which one would that be?
Ayo Dosunmu.
Ayo.
So I got my dad to search up some sports news.
Yeah, because I figured I'd help him out a little bit.
Like I've been busy watching all the NBA shit. So Oakland approves a new ballpark term sheet. What is that supposed to mean?
Well, so the city of Oakland, the Oakland A's baseball team has been in there for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Their contract comes up soon here in the next few years, and so they're trying to work out an agreement with the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's are trying to work out an agreement with the city of Oakland to have a different theater or ballpark. Right. They want to take it away from downtown and move it somewhere else.
Or it's less packed.
Well, yeah.
Usually when ballparks are in downtown areas, that's where the traffic happens. Everyone's very mad. They have to go up somewhere else, like their job. The people who don't give a shit about sports. You put in a residential area or somewhere like the edge of a city where it's less packed.
Mm-hmm.
It could work, but I don't know. I don't know how shit works on cities because I'm not a governor.
Well, they want the A's to pay for off-site infrastructure improvements, and some of that makes sense because there's going to be more traffic. But they want to pay for housing. They want to pay They want to pay for dispersion costs. There's a lot that went into that. So instead of negotiating with the A's and coming up with something that they both agree with, the city said, "Here's what we want from you." Well, the problem is the Oakland A's can go any fucking where they want. They don't have to sit there and take that shit.
I mean, the A's, they can go.
They're looking at Las Vegas. Guess who left Oakland and went to Las Vegas already?
The Raiders.
Right. Why? Didn't get a good deal. Guess who else left? Oakland. Golden State Warriors. They left. The only one left in Oakland.
Wait, Golden State Warriors were in Oakland?
Yep.
I thought they were in San Diego.
Well, that's what it says here in the report on ESPN.
San Diego is where the Golden Gate Bridge is.
So it's the last professional team in Oakland, and he's not really happy with it. I mean, Oakland A's said that they'd build the new baseball park themselves,
They could. They got the
with their
money.
money, and then they would offer some more money for the community, an additional $352 million commitment, something like that. I'm not getting the numbers right. Don't quote me on the numbers, but the A's are not happy, and Oakland better watch it because they're acting like the A's. They're acting like that the A's should do it because they've been there for a long time. Like the Oakland A's owe the city something for being there a long time, and that's not how business works like that. And
Really isn't.
Las Vegas will take them in a fucking heartbeat.
So next on sporting news, Alabama QB Bryce Young approaches a $1 million in endorsement deal, says Coach Nick Saban. Saban.
Yep. He's an Alabama football coach. And what's weird about that, Nick Saban hasn't even officially named Bryce Young the Crimson Tide starting quarterback at all yet. And he's almost reached $1 million in endorsement. Not even a starting quarterback yet.
What the hell?
That is what is going on with this new NIS that they're doing.
Is he really that hyped?
Yeah,
Bryce Young?
He must be. Yep. He must be just something else, I guess.
He's a 5-star prospect.
Yeah. Yep. Well, if he can make it, why not, I guess. He's made $1 million and hasn't started a game yet. Wow. Isn't that crazy?
That's almost like a
But why not? If you can do it.
it was like a NBA 2K
He'll be the
game.
starting quarterback. Just because he hadn't said it don't mean shit. Everybody knows. Everybody knows, Couple things we should talk about after you're done here. I think that's it for sports. You got no more?
No, I don't have any more.
Talk about the white elephant in the room, which is my nose, which I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are been looking at it. So I went motorcycle riding onto a rally this weekend and burnt my nose because like a dumbass, I forgot my lotion, sunburn lotion, and got sunburnt really fucking bad. So this is the side effect of it. It looks worse than it is, trust me. But that's what's going on with that. So I'm going to let y'all know what's going on with my nose, I guess. I think that's pretty much it for tonight's episode. You got any more to talk about?
Nope, I don't.
I think we've covered everything we would like to talk about and cover. It's probably been about 45-50 minutes, about usually what we run. We really appreciate you guys watching, the few of you that do. Please let people know about us. Please, let's see if I can get this right now. Please like, subscribe, click the bell, post a comment below, share our videos with your friends, let them know about us. Hopefully we provide some entertainment for your week. We don't talk COVID news. We try not to talk about anything that's negative. We try to be positive on this episode. We try to give you more news in less time. That's what we do here on the More is Less podcast show. And I'm Todd Moore. This is
Tyler Moore.
And we're done for the night. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.